Hey, what's going on, everybody? I haven't made a video in a little while. I've never really made an overview of my channel, like what all projects I have and what I'm trying to do. I got some vehicles you guys have never even seen before and some other things you haven't seen, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and go through everything that I got and what's going on. So I got, you've probably seen this truck a few times just sitting in the driveway. This is a Texas truck. The paint's shot on it, but it actually is super clean underneath. It has no rust whatsoever. It's a two-wheel drive, but I have a four-wheel drive chassis I'm building for it. I'm gonna swap the body and bed onto the other frame, so I'm probably gonna get started on that pretty soon. I will show you the frame. I got two cars and a frame down at my dad's, and we'll go down there and I'll show you what I got. This here is a 87 Regal. It needs a little work here. I gotta just put the headlight bucket in it. It's pretty clean. The paint has a few imperfections here and there. I was gonna try to make this into like my own kind of Grand National sort of thing, but I bought a new car and it's gonna be replacing this one, so that I have to fix up a few things on it, but that'll be going for sale soon. That truck there, so this kind of turned into a project over here, and then this was kind of just like a fill-in for this, basically just a cheap two-wheel drive rusted pickup truck. That's my daily driver. I had about 600 horse on it. The turbo blew up. I got a stock turbo on it now, so it's probably making a bit less now, but I want to rebuild that turbo bigger and put that back on. I got my very messy garage here. This is a little quad I gotta sell. This here is a grill off of my new car, so you can probably tell what this is. It's a GNX clone. Obviously I didn't buy a GNX because I have to have like $100,000 to do that. So I got a GNX clone that we're gonna take a look at. It doesn't have a motor. I want to turbo LS it, but it's going to take some money and some time to get all this parts together. So in the meantime, I'd like to be able to drive the car. So I have this turbo V6 sitting here. I went ahead and I put ARP head studs in it, and I had these instead of running a gasket, I had these milled onto the machine shop nice and flat with a little gasket material that should keep those sealed up under beast pressure and stuff, or exhaust back pressure. This is the turbo setup that goes on top of it. I poured it out this elbow a little bit. So my goal with this is I'd like to get the car into the 13s with this, which is nothing special, but you know, at least it'll be kind of on par to the stock fuel injected motor. I don't want to spend a lot of money on the 87. It's a 87. I don't want to spend a lot of money on the 87 fuel injected engine because I'm planning on going turbo LS. So, but it's turbocharged. It'll make cool sounds. I could put just like the LS motor in it and then like work on the turbo kit, but honestly I'd rather have the turbo noises and the turbo V6 over a naturally aspirated V8, even though it would probably be slower. I just like the Grand National. You gotta definitely have turbo sounds and stuff with it. This is a transmission I built for that, but the car has a pre-built turbo 400 in it. That's a 350. So I'm probably just going to bolt this up to what's in the car, just if nothing else, just to make sure that transmission's in good shape. This is a fresh rebuild with 0 miles on it. So that's pretty much what's here. Oh, then I get to clean up all this mess, get rid of that quad. I have to somehow take all of this and make it fit on this side of the garage, because I want the Grand National to go here, which I just told on myself. So I bought an 87 Grand National. It's a GNX clone. I'm not real big on some guys get like V6 Mustangs and put Cobra badges on it, which I think is stupid. So I might take the GNX badges off. I'd rather have a real Grand National with some GNX parts than a fake GNX. So let's go ahead to my dad's, and I'll show you 2 cars, trailer, and a truck frame that I have going on over there. Okay, so I'm here at my dad's, me and Lily here. Lily's been on a few videos since she was a little puppy, huh? She's only about a year old now. So the barns are very dark, and I'm gonna try to show this best I can, but I'm not sure how much you're gonna be able to see. There's not much I can do about that. Pretty dark in here. Hopefully you guys can see. This is my 4-wheel drive chassis that I want to put underneath the silver truck. I went through and painted it all. It was nice and shiny black, and then it sat out in the sun for a while. And then it kind of faded it, but hey, at least it won't rust now. This is a KBS, I think, KBS rust seal. It's basically like a Pour 15. So that should keep it from rusting. We got a Dana 80 in the rear with a limited slip. Those are pretty bulletproof factory. Up front, of course, is the Dana 60. One of the weak points on the Dodges is they have this center axle disconnect. So your passenger side axle is actually 2 pieces. There's a collar that locks them, and it's not the strongest setup. So I bought a solid 1-piece axle, and it's the bigger, like 35 spline. And then I'm gonna put a LSD in the front axle. And then I got some knuckles off of a old body style Power Stroke. The Ford knuckles will bolt right on here. It's got the bigger, I think it's a dual piston caliper, and then it has, instead of having that stupid hub bearing that's expensive that always goes out, it has the old school regular bearings with the axle disconnect. So I can actually leave the axles disconnected. I'll get some better gas mileage, save wear and tear on the axle, and that allows me also to put the limited slip in there. And then, you know, basically just be a 2-wheel drive. Then when you lock it, which I only do in bad conditions or, you know, spots where you really need traction, then I'll have true 4-wheel drive. We'll be driving actually all 4 tires, which will be nice. So yeah, I gotta get this over to the house and figure out the best way to get the body on it. So that should be interesting. Let's go to the other barn, and I got 2 cars in there. The lid knows where the good stuff is. Yeah, you're trying to get in there, aren't you? Alrighty. There's a very cool car to my left. I'm gonna save that for last. This is pretty dark down here. So this is a car I bought. I'm 35 years old right now. I bought this car when I was 19. It is a 88 Roxy. Black T-tops, had basically every option you could get back then. I got some 17-inch ZR1 wheels on it. I don't have a motor or trans in it. I got the interior mostly stripped. I was trying to put a cage in it. It's been sitting since about 2004. But my son has been drooling over this thing ever since he's seen it. And we are going to build this for him. I'm not going to just hand it to him, but kind of ease him into it. Probably be pretty budget. Probably not nothing too special. He's 12 right now, so we'll probably start on it soon, and then when he's 16, we can do have a little fun together with our 2 black 80s GM cars. This is my new car. It's a 87 Grand National. It looks like it's popping a wheelie already. I've been drooling over these things for a very long time. I was trying to make one with the blue car. And this car has a lot of work done to it. And most of what it's been done to it, I was planning on doing to the blue car. And this is going to save me a lot of money by buying this that already has it done. Unfortunately, when I trailered it home, I hit an ice storm, so it's like covered in salt. When I transport it to my house, I will definitely be rinsing it off. There's really no way for me to rinse it off. I have to actually trailer it somewhere. It needs some work, obviously. It's a GNX clone. It's got fiberglass bumpers front and rear. This front bumper is pretty cool. This is a, you can see it here. Probably not. It's a Kenny Bell front bumper, and it has the air dam and stuff built into it. Obviously it's broken. I need to get that fixed. So I'll get that repaired. This cow hood is, in my opinion, one of the ugliest cow hoods I've seen, especially with the vents in there. Gonna be swapping that out for a stock hood. It basically only has 30,000 miles on it, but it's been a drag car for most of that. This car's been in the low 9s in the quarter. I guess in the early 90s, this thing was like the car to beat. It won some, there's some plaques here on the center console. I'm sure you guys can't read this, but it says, the Buick Grand National Showdown, Old Bridge, I guess that's Township Raceway Park, Englishtown, New Jersey, sponsored by Supercar Magazine. So these say participant on them, and then on the actual keys to the car, I have a thing and it says winner. And from what I understand, this car, there was some kind of shootout between Grand Nationals, and this thing was the baddest of them back in, I don't see the years on here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, 1990. I don't know what this one was. This one says Showdown at 11. So I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, so I guess, well, like 3 years after it was made, it was pretty fast. You know, low 9s for a car that's only a few years old. It's pretty good. So let me just go over what's been done to it. Turbo 400, it's got the racing seats, it's got the roll cage, the removable door bars. It's got the, you probably won't be able to see this, but it's got the, you can't, nah, there's too much light coming into the windshield. It's got the GNX gauges in it, which is nice because the factory gauge, I think, has like, it's got the speedometer and the fuel gauge, and I think that's about it, really. Of course, it's the GNX claim, so it's got the fenders. It's got these weld wheels, which look like crap at the moment, but I actually like those wheels. They should clean up nice. This is going to be like a race car that I drive on the street kind of thing. I like having a street car. I'm going to have the full interior. I'm going to get rid of the bucket seats, the racing seats, and put the original seats back in it. I've always loved these seats, the black with the gray. This back seat's in really good shape. The interior is not too bad, really. I gotta get the original seats, the headliner shot. I gotta get a headliner. I think it'll be in pretty good shape. It's actually pretty clean and pretty nice. So for some reason, I got 26-inch tire in the back, and I got like these monsters. These are like 28-inch tires in the front. It looks really stupid. So definitely gonna be putting a smaller tire in the front. This thing, so I had the Grand National motor. It was like really fast, I guess, and then at some point they swapped in a Buick 455, like big block Buick, and I'm imagining that's why the front end sits up so high. They probably had to put some heavier springs in it to handle the weight of all that motor. So I gotta get that dropped back down. Here's under the hood. It's pretty well empty. I got the tranny down there. AC and heater box has been deleted. I'm going to actually be putting that back into the car. I like having heat and air conditioning. I guess to save weight, they cut up this core support. So it's so flimsy now, it won't even latch the hood, because when the hood latch comes into it, it just moves out of the way. So this whole front end is shot because of that. I managed to find a G-body at the junkyard, so I got a new, fully not cut up core support, and I had AC condenser. It looks pretty good, so I got that too. So we'll be swapping that in, fixing that up. I actually have a new front end I can put on here. We'll have to do the filler panels here. This thing's shot too. It's got a big crack in it. Like I got a brand new one of these already. So yeah, we'll fix up the front end of this thing. We'll get a motor put in it. We'll get the air conditioning put back in it. Let me show you the trunk. Make sure my dog's not playing in the street. I think she knows not to go out there. Where you at? Oh, you're over there. Hey, baby. How you doing? She loves it out here. She loves to run. She's having so much fun, huh? Are you excited? Are you excited? Huh? Yeah? Okay. She's a happy girl. So So this key tag says winner, king of the hill, 1991 Grand National Shootout 11, Raceway Park, Englishtown, New Jersey. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, she looks a little rough, but I mean, it's really, I don't think it's that bad. That core support will straighten the front end up, and then I got the new header panel. Do a little, drop those off to get the fiberglass repaired. So I got a few parts in the trunk. A couple bottles of nitrous. They got some nice brackets they welded into the, you got these down bars coming down from the roll cage. And this is kind of neat too. It's got these little ears. So you take the door bars out, you can mount them in here and they won't like rattle around and stuff while you drive. So there's that. So the main reason I bought this car is all the work that's been done to it. So it has a roll cage, you know, that probably cost at least $1,000 to have one of those put in. There's GNX gauges, style gauges. That's probably close to $1,000 worth of gauges and the whole setup there. Weld wheels aren't cheap, even though they need cleaned up. Most of the work's been done under the car. So the frame, they boxed the frame. They must have took the whole frame apart, boxed the frame. You can see all these supports and stuff here. I'll probably go ahead and paint them. They're starting to get a little surface rust on them. It's got a ladder bar set up. It's not normally as close to the ground. It's got a flat tire, so it's usually got a lot more ground clearance. Ladder bar set up, which isn't really the best for the street, but if I had the stock suspension, I'd probably be putting an anti-roll bar in it anyway for the drag strip. So it really wouldn't be flexing anyway, so it's probably really not that much different than running a car with the anti-roll bar. It's got the 4.9 inch with the back brace on it. It's got the coilover conversion on the back. I think it's got some nice fuel pumps in it. It's set up to run. It's got the turbo 400, the drive shaft, and all that to go with that. The frame's actually been modified for wider tires. It's got 12.5 wide tires, and then in the front, it's got tubular control arms in the front. But I mean, all this stuff costs rear ends a few thousand. Coilovers, those aren't cheap. It's got the tubular arms in the front. I mean, you add all this stuff up, it's thousands and thousands of dollars. I couldn't do all the stuff that's done to this car, to my car, for what I paid for this car. So I basically got all the hard work done for me, and I got a whole 30,000 mile Grand National to go with it. So when I clean this thing up and make it nice, it'll actually should be worth a little bit of money, because it is a real Grand National. It's had a hard life, but I don't think we can't fix it up. So yeah, there's that. I'm pretty excited about it. Get it home, get it cleaned up, get it on the road. And then this is why I don't film all the time, because I got this go-kart. I gotta fix the carb on it. I'm gonna sell that because kids pretty much focus on the four-wheelers now. They need parts too. I got so much stuff going on, I can't. I always get a little bit of everything done, but like, it don't seem like any one thing really gets too far. So yeah, that's all the projects I got going on. Camaro will probably be a little while. This, I want to start doing stuff to this pretty soon. And then I want to get the frame to the house pretty soon too, and get the body swapped over. So my dad, this is actually his parking spot for one of his toys. He's in Florida for like another month, so I got about a month. I gotta make a home for this thing over at the house. That's what I got going on. Stay tuned, watch all my old junk turn into something. I like to try to make it kind of nice at some point. So here's my dog, way out there. She loves to run. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna pull this carb off this go-kart. I gotta take it home, clean it up. It don't run anymore because the carb's all gunked up. So alright guys, I'll catch y'all next time. See ya.